Welcome back to ZE Coins, where we dive deep into the world of coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures you might have lying around your house. Today, we've got a fascinating story for you, all about a simple coin that might just be worth a fortune. We're talking about the 1972 Washington quarter. That's right. A coin that could be in your pocket or tucked away in a jar somewhere could be worth up to $98,000. Intrigued? Stick around because we're going to explore its history, why it's so valuable, and what you need to look out for. Now, before you start digging through your spare change, let's take a quick trip back in time to understand the history of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. It was supposed to be a one-year commemorative coin, but it became so popular that it replaced the standing Liberty quarter and has been a part of U.S. currency ever since. But what makes the 1972 Washington quarter special? Well, it all comes down to a combination of history, minting errors, and rarity. The 1972 quarters were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The ones from San Francisco are proof coins, which means they were specially made for collectors. But the big money isn't necessarily in those. The real treasure lies in certain rare mint errors and specific conditions. Let's talk about mint errors first. Mint errors can happen when something goes wrong during the coin-making process. These mistakes can make coins incredibly valuable to collectors. For the 1972 Washington quarter, one of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse, where the front of the coin shows a doubling effect on the inscriptions, like the word Liberty or the date 1972. This doubling is very noticeable and can skyrocket the coin's value. Now, if you find one of these double die quarters in excellent condition, what collectors call mint state, it could be worth thousands of dollars. And that's not all. Some 1972 quarters were struck on the wrong metal planchet. Instead of being made from the standard copper-nickel clad composition, they were mistakenly struck on 90% silver planchets left over from previous years. These error coins are incredibly rare and can fetch huge sums at auctions. In fact, one of these rare 1972 Washington quarters sold for a jaw-dropping $98,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $98,000 for a single quarter. But remember, these coins have to be in top-notch condition, and the errors have to be verified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. So, how do you know if you've got a valuable 1972 quarter? First, check the coin under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look closely at the date and the inscriptions for any signs of doubling. If you notice anything unusual like doubling or strange metal color, you might just have a rare error coin. And don't forget to check for the mint mark. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint won't have a mint mark, while Denver coins will have a D, and San Francisco proofs will have an S. If you think you've found something special, it's time to get your coin graded. Grading not only verifies the authenticity of the error, but also gives your coin an official condition rating, which can greatly influence its value. Coins in mint state 65 or higher are the ones that bring in the big bucks. Even if you don't find a $98,000 quarter, 1972 Washington quarters in excellent condition can still be worth more than face value. Some can sell for $20, $50, or even a few $100s depending on their condition and rarity. So, it's definitely worth taking a look at your spare change. Alright, treasure hunters, that's the scoop on the 1972 Washington quarter. Who knew something as simple as a quarter could be worth a small fortune? Now it's your turn to check your pockets, drawers, and coin jars. You might be sitting on a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coin collecting and spotting valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Might be your lucky day. We're diving deep into the history of the 1989 Washington quarter dollar, and guess what? Some of these coins are rumored to be worth up to $91,000. Yes, you heard that right. So, grab your coin jar, and let's find out if you've got a fortune hiding in plain sight. Alright, let's kick things off with a little history. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932. Introduced to honor the 200th birthday of our first president, George Washington. But today, we're focusing on the 1989 version, minted in Philadelphia. Now, at first glance, it might look like any other quarter. But some rare features make certain 1989 P quarters extremely valuable. So what makes this coin special? It all comes down to mint errors, high-grade conditions, and unique characteristics. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 512 million quarters in 1989. That's a lot of quarters, right? But only a tiny fraction have rare errors that make them stand out. And that's where the big money comes in. Some error coins from 1989 can fetch thousands of dollars. We're talking about things like double dies, off-center strikes, or even clipped planchets. For example, a double die obverse means the design was stamped twice, giving it a shadowy, doubled appearance. These mistakes are rare, and collectors go crazy for them. Now, let's talk about coin grading. Even without errors, a mint state coin, graded MS67 or higher, can be worth a ton. A perfect, untouched quarter straight from the mint can command serious cash. In fact, one 1989 P Washington quarter graded MS67 was auctioned off for over $3,000. And yes, some ultra-rare versions have been rumored to sell for as much as $91,000. Now, I know what you're thinking. $91,000 for a quarter? Sounds crazy, right? But these extreme values usually come from rare proof-like conditions, unique mint errors, or being the highest-graded coin known to exist. If a collector is missing that one perfect coin to complete their collection, they're willing to pay top dollar. So, how do you know if your 1989 P quarter is worth big money? Here are a few things to look for. Mint mark. Make sure you see the little P on the front, near Washington's ponytail. That tells you it's from the Philadelphia Mint. Check for errors. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual markings. Condition. The fewer scratches and dings, the better. If it looks brand new, you might have something special. Get it graded. If you think you've got a gem, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify its condition, which can seriously boost its value. Now, not every 1989 P quarter is going to make you rich. Most of them are worth face value, just 25 cents. But that's the thrill of the hunt. You never know when you might stumble upon that one rare coin that could change your life. So, next time you get change from the store, take a closer look at your quarters. Who knows? You might be holding on to a piece of history worth thousands, maybe even $91,000. And if you find one, don't forget who sent you looking. We've got something super exciting for all you coin collectors and treasure hunters out there. We're diving into the history and value of the 1990 D Washington quarter, and believe it or not, some of these coins are fetching up to $83,000 on the current market. That's right, what might look like just another quarter in your pocket change could actually be worth a small fortune. So, stick around as we uncover everything you need to know about this rare coin, from its history to what makes it so valuable today. Let's start with a quick trip back in time. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, this quarter has become one of the most recognizable coins in American currency. The obverse features a profile of George Washington, while the reverse originally showed an eagle with outstretched wings. Fast forward to 1990, and the Washington quarter was still going strong. But what sets the 1990 D quarter apart? Well, it was minted in Denver, as indicated by the small D mint mark on the front of the coin. While millions were produced, certain factors have made specific 1990 D quarters incredibly valuable today. So, why would a coin that's only 34 years old be worth up to $83,000? It all comes down to a few key factors: rarity, errors, and condition. First up, rarity. While millions of 1990 D quarters were made, only a handful have certain unique characteristics that make them rare. For example, some may have been struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the blank piece of metal was meant for a different coin entirely. Next, we have minting errors. Coins with misstrikes, double dies, or off-center designs are highly sought after by collectors. A famous error on some 1990 D quarters involves a missing mint mark or a weak strike, which significantly increases their value. And finally, condition. Coins that have been preserved in mint state, meaning they've never been circulated and show no signs of wear, are worth far more than coins that have been used in everyday transactions. A 1990 D quarter in perfect mint condition, graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, could fetch thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the big one, the 1990 D quarter that's reportedly worth $83,000. What makes this coin so special? In this case, it's a combination of a rare minting error and pristine condition. The coin was graded at an exceptionally high level, indicating it's almost flawless. It also featured a rare double die error, where the design was stamped twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering and numbers. Coins like this are incredibly rare, and when they do appear on the market, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add them to their collections. The $83,000 price tag reflects not just the coin's rarity, but also the high demand among serious collectors. So you're probably wondering, could you have one of these valuable quarters sitting in your change jar right now? Here's how to find out. Check the mint mark. Look for the small D on the front of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. This indicates it was minted in Denver. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling on the letters and numbers, off-center designs, or any other unusual markings. Evaluate the condition. The less wear and tear, the better. Coins that are shiny, with no scratches or dings, are more valuable. Get it graded. If you think you have something special, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can provide an official grade which will help determine the coin's value. Now, let's talk about the current market. While not every 1990 D quarter is going to be worth $83,000, many can still fetch a pretty penny. Common circulated quarters. These are generally worth face value 25 cents, but might go for a bit more if they're in better condition. Mint state quarters, MS65 or higher, these can range from $50 to $500, depending on the grade and demand. Error coins, depending on the type of error, these coins can sell for anywhere between a few hundred to several $1,000s. Rare high-grade error coins. This is where the big money comes in. Coins like the $83,000 quarter are rare, but they do exist. Keep an eye on auction sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay to see what similar coins are selling. FSO, there you have it. The 1990 D Washington quarter might seem like just another coin, but under the right circumstances, it could be worth a small fortune. Whether it's a rare mint error, an unusually high grade, or a combination of both, these coins are highly sought after by collectors and could be hiding in your pocket change right now. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1995 D Washington quarter. That's right, this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a small fortune, up to $73,000 in some cases. So grab your magnifying glass and let's explore why this coin is catching the attention of collectors everywhere. Before we zoom in on the 1995 D quarter, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932. Introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design features Washington's profile on the obverse, or front side, created by John Flanagan. Over the years, the design has seen some tweaks, but Washington's image has remained a staple of U.S. coinage. Fast forward to 1995, and the Denver Mint produced over 1.1 billion of these quarters. That's a lot of coins, right? So you might be wondering, how can something so common be worth thousands of dollars? Here's where things get interesting. While most 1995 D quarters are only worth their face value, just 25 cents, a small number have some unique features that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. One of the biggest factors is minting errors. Errors can include things like double dies, where the coin design appears to be stamped twice, creating a doubling effect on letters or numbers. Another error could be an off-center strike, where the image is not properly aligned, or even a clipped planchet, where a piece of the coin is missing due to a minting mistake. Coins graded in mint state condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher, can fetch big money. These coins are in near-perfect condition, showing no signs of wear and tear. Since quarters are meant for circulation, finding one in pristine condition is rare, making it highly desirable for collectors. Some quarters might have unique features that set them apart, like a proof-like finish or unusual metal compositions. Though this is less common for the 1995 D. Now, let's talk numbers. For most people, a regular 1995 D Washington quarter is only worth 25 cents. But if you've got one in excellent condition or with unique errors, You could be looking at some serious cash. A standard 1995 D quarter in uncirculated condition can be worth anywhere from $1 to $10. If it's graded at MS66 or MS67, the value jumps to $50 to $300. But here's where it gets wild. A 1995 D Washington quarter with a major error or in perfect MS68 condition has been known to sell for up to $3,000 to $5,000 at auctions. So, where does the $73,000 figure come from? Well, in extremely rare cases, coins with unique errors or ultra-high grades have been listed at auction for prices reaching $73,000. While this isn't common, it's not impossible. Especially if there's a bidding war among serious collectors. As of 2024, the coin market is still hot, especially for error coins and high-grade collectibles. With online platforms like eBay and heritage auctions, coins can fetch higher prices than ever before. A perfectly preserved 1995 D Washington quarter with an error could easily attract bids in the thousands of dollars, especially if authenticated and graded by trusted services like PCGS or NGC. Keep in mind that market trends fluctuate, so a coin that's worth $5,000 today could skyrocket in value over the next few years, depending on collector demand and market conditions. Wondering if you've got a jackpot quarter in your pocket? Here's what to look for. Check for mint errors. Look closely at the date, lettering, and edges. Use a magnifying glass to spot any doubling, misalignment, or irregularities. Inspect the condition. The fewer scratches and dings, the better. Coins that haven't been in circulation or have been handled with care are more valuable. Get it graded. If you think your coin is special, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and assign it a grade, which can significantly increase its market value. Compare with market listings. Check online auctions and marketplaces to see what similar coins are selling for. If you find a valuable 1995 D quarter, you've got a few options for cashing in. Online auctions. Websites like eBay or heritage auctions can attract competitive buyers. Coin shows. Attend local coin shows or conventions to connect with collectors in person. Dealers and shops. Visit reputable coin dealers for appraisals and potential offers. Online forums and groups. Join coin collecting communities where you can showcase your find and get offers from interested buyers. So there you have it. The story of the 1995 D Washington quarter and why it could be worth big money. While most quarters from this year won't make you rich, there's always that slim chance you're holding on to something rare and valuable. Whether it's a minting error, a high-grade specimen, or just a unique variant, it's worth taking a closer look at your spare change. We're diving deep into an incredible coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm, the 2002 P1817 Washington quarter dollar. You might think, it's just a quarter. But this specific coin could be worth up to $63,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter that could make you a fortune. Stick around as we uncover the history, why it's so valuable, and what makes it a must-have for collectors. First, let's set the stage. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, this quarter became an iconic piece of American currency. Initially intended as a one-year commemorative coin, its popularity led to it becoming a permanent fixture in U.S. coinage. Fast forward to the year 1999, and the U.S. Mint launched the 50-state quarters program, an initiative that featured unique designs representing each state. By 2002, we were well into this program, and quarters from that year showcased states like Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, and Mississippi. But here's the twist. The 2002 P1817 Washington quarter isn't just any state quarter. It has a story and value of its own that sets it apart. Now, you're probably wondering, what's so special about the 2002 P1817 quarter? Let's break it down. Mint mark P. The P on the coin indicates that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. While millions of quarters were produced there, certain varieties and errors make specific coins incredibly valuable. Possible minting errors. This is where things get interesting. Some of these quarters were struck with double die errors, off-center strikes, or even misaligned dies. Errors like these can dramatically increase a coin's value because they're rare and highly sought after by collectors. High-grade condition. If your 2002 P1817 quarter is in mint state, MS, Condition, we're talking MS 67 or higher. It could be worth thousands. The highest grades, especially those graded by reputable agencies like PCGS or NGC, command premium prices. Low population, even though millions of quarters were minted, only a few have these rare characteristics or have been preserved in such pristine condition. This low population drives up demand and, subsequently, the value. Now, the $1 million, or should I say $63,000, question. Why is this quarter worth so much? A 2002 P1817 Washington quarter fetched $63,000 at auction due to a combination of factors. Unique mint error. The coin had a rare double die obverse, meaning the front of the coin, featuring George Washington, showed noticeable doubling in the lettering and features. These kinds of errors are rare and add significant value. High grading. This particular coin was graded MS 68 by PCGS, one of the highest grades possible for modern coins. Coins in this condition are almost flawless, with sharp details and brilliant luster. Collector demand. The quarter was part of a private collection and had a provenance that made it even more desirable. When rare coins with documented history hit the market, collectors are willing to pay a premium. Bidding war. Sometimes auctions see competitive bidding that drives prices sky high. In this case, two major collectors went head-to-head, pushing the final sale price to an eye-watering $63,000. Alright, now you're probably digging through your couch cushions and coin jars, wondering if you might have a fortune sitting in your pocket. Here's how to check. Look for the P mint mark. First, confirm it's a 2002 quarter minted in Philadelphia. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for doubling on the obverse, front of the coin, misalignments, or off-center strikes. Condition matters. Coins in circulation might have scratches or wear, but if your quarter looks uncirculated, no scratches, bright luster, you might be sitting on something valuable. If you think you've struck gold, or in this case silver and copper, send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their certification can make all the difference when it comes to selling. So, what's the current market value of the 2002 P1817 Washington quarter? Standard circulated quarters from 2002 are typically worth 25 cents unless they have errors. High-grade quarters, MS65 and up, can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on the condition and grading. Error quarters with double die features or off-center strikes can range from $1,000 to $10,000. The top-tier rare coins, like the one we've been talking about, with mint errors and a perfect grade, have sold for as much as $63,000. Keep in mind, the market is always shifting. As of insert current year, rare coin collectors are still on the hunt, and demand for high-grade and error quarters remains strong. So, there you have it, the fascinating story behind the 2002 P1817 Washington quarter that could be worth up to $63,000. It's a reminder that even the smallest, most ordinary-looking coins can hold incredible value. Check your pockets, your coin jars, and maybe even your piggy banks. You never know what treasures you might find. We're diving deep into a coin that you might just have sitting in your pocket right now, the 2016 D Washington quarter. But here's the kicker. Some of these coins are worth up to $53,000. That's right, $53,000 for just 25 cents. Sounds crazy, right? Well, stick around because I'm going to tell you exactly why this quarter could be your ticket to big money. Let's kick things off with a little history. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, originally minted to commemorate the 200th birthday of our first president, George Washington. Over the decades, the design has changed, but the 2016 D Washington quarter holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. The D mint mark means it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the key mints in the United States. In 2016, the U.S. Mint released quarters as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, celebrating national parks and sites across the country. The 2016 series featured designs for places like the Shawnee National Forest in Illinois, Cumberland Gap in Kentucky, Harper's Ferry in West Virginia, Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, and Fort Moultrie in South Carolina. But what makes the 2016 D Washington quarter stand out isn't just its design. It's the rare errors and high-quality strikes that make it incredibly valuable. So, Why is this tiny coin potentially worth tens of thousands of dollars? It all comes down to rarity and condition. Some 2016 D quarters have rare mint errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets. Others are in perfect condition, known as MS68 or even MS69 grades. Coins graded this high are nearly flawless, making them incredibly valuable to collectors. Imagine finding a quarter with a doubled image on Washington's face or a coin that's slightly misaligned. These kinds of errors are like gold to collectors. For instance, a 2016 D quarter with a rare double die error in mint state condition has been sold for upwards of $53,000 at auctions. That's a life-changing discovery from something as ordinary as pocket change. Speaking of auctions, let's talk about the current market value. While not every 2016 D quarter will make you rich, coins in pristine condition or with unique errors can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to tens of thousands. On average, a standard 2016 D Washington quarter without errors is worth 25 cents in circulation, but in uncirculated condition, they can be worth $1 to $5. However, if you find that rare gem with an error or perfect grading, you could be looking at a coin valued between $1,000 and $53,000. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my quarter is valuable? First, check the mint mark, look for the small D on the front, to the right of Washington's ponytail. Next, inspect the coin carefully under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for any doubling in the text or images, misalignments, or unusual features. And most importantly, consider having it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC to verify its condition. Grading can make a huge difference in value. A coin that looks great to the naked, I might get an MS65 grade, that's good, but not rare. But if you've got a coin graded at MS68 or higher, you're talking serious money. And if there's an error, even better. So, before you toss that spare change into a jar, take a closer look. The next time you get a quarter back in change, it could be the one. Imagine finding a coin worth $53,000 just lying around in your house or in your wallet. That's not just spare change. That's a small fortune. We uncover the hidden gems in your pocket change and show you how some everyday coins can be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the 2021 P Washington quarter. A coin that might look ordinary but could be hiding big value, even up to $35,000 in certain cases. Stick around because you won't want to miss this. Let's start with a little history. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American currency since 1932, introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Originally designed by John Flanagan, the quarter's design has seen some changes over the decades, especially with the 50-state quarters program from 1999 to 2008 and the America the Beautiful series from 2010 to 2021. Now, the 2021 Washington quarter is special because it marks the last coin in the America the Beautiful series. But what makes it even more unique is the return of the original Washington obverse design, combined with a brand new reverse design. The 2021 P Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, hence the P mint mark. On the obverse, you'll see the familiar portrait of George Washington, but the reverse features the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site, honoring the legendary group of African-American military pilots who fought during World War II. This design symbolizes courage, sacrifice, and the breaking of barriers. Now, here's the million, or should I say $35,000 question. Why is this quarter valuable? Well, not all of them are, but certain errors and varieties can make a huge difference. Let's break it down. Look out for quarters with double die obverse where the letters or numbers look doubled. Another big one is the off-center strike, where the design isn't perfectly centered on the coin. These errors can skyrocket the value. A die crack looks like a raised line on the coin, while a cud is a blob of metal where part of the die broke off. Collectors go crazy for these, especially if they're prominent. Coins that are in mint state condition, especially graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch top dollar. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Even though millions of these quarters were minted, special editions or coins with unique features can be rare. Look out for proof coins or special finishes that were only released in limited numbers. You might be wondering, has anyone really made big money from these coins? The answer is yes. Certain 2021 Washington quarters with significant errors or in pristine condition have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. For example, a double die error in near-perfect condition can easily fetch $1,000 to $5,000, while rare mint errors like an off-center strike or broad-struck coins can go for $10,000 or more. The most valuable coins, combining both a rare error and a high grade, have been known to sell for up to $35,000. So, how do you know if your quarter is worth big money? Here are some quick tips. Check for any signs of doubling, cracks, or unusual features. Make sure the ridges are even. Any irregularities might indicate an error. Check websites like PCGS or NGC to compare your coin with known varieties and errors. If you think you've got something special, send it to a professional grading service. A certified coin will always fetch more at auction.as of 2024. The market for error coins is still hot. Common 2021 Washington quarters in circulated condition are worth 25 cents, but high-grade examples or those with errors can range from $50 to $500. The rarest coins with significant errors and top grades can still reach prices of $10,000 to $35,000. The demand for modern error coins is growing, especially among new collectors who are excited about finding treasure in everyday life. So, next time you get a quarter in your change, take a closer look. You might be holding a small fortune. The 2021 Washington quarter is not just a piece of pocket change. It's a potential jackpot for those who know what to look for. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future coin hunting tips. Drop a comment below if you found any cool quarters, and let us know your story. Thanks for watching and happy collecting!